My special guests on the Fox 17 Rockin' Review today, Diamond Rio. I've got Marty Rowe, Jimmy Olander, award-winning group, started in 1982, 32 singles, a ridiculous amount of albums, awards, Grammy Awards, Guitar Award, Vocal Awards. You guys have done a lot.
We've been around a while.
and all from the early days at Opryland we were talking about, where you guys first started crafting your trade and really put the band together.
There's a good opportunity out there. Not all of us passed through there, but the band was kind of started there, and Jimmy and I worked there a year together back in '85 in this what ended up being this band and called the Tennessee River Boys. It was a great fertile ground for young talent in our town. So,
and you guys have been so prolific, and the new album, Marty, is just great with I Made It. And I was keeping up with Jimmy, as he was going through and mixing it and everything. And I've been listening to this album a lot, and we were talking about, like, Ride the Range. I love the bass line in that.
It's a different thing.
It is, and you can sort of hear, like, the Hammond B3 and hear different things in that. And it's like, what great sounds, but probably one of my favorite tracks.
I love you for saying that. We like that song a lot. And you're like the first person that's pointed that out. We're waiting for this great reaction from Ride the Range. And you're the first one. I'm like, oh man, where is this band?
Well, the thing, listening to that song though, I can see you guys doing it because I've seen you a number of times in concert, obviously. And it's like, it seems like that would be a fun concert song to play for the fans.
We haven't put it in the concert yet, though.
Really?
Because we're kind of against having fun, but but that's not in there yet. But yes, you're right. It's probably one of our favorites, just because it's just different. It was a diversion. For sure.
It's very modern. We were talking before we came on camera about you guys have a few songs on here that are sort of a nod to other stuff you've done over the years.
Sure.
But you've got a lot of new stuff. Like with Ride the Range, I think is a very new song. We were talking about Walking by Beauty. Which is a bonus track on this album, and what a great story with that. We were talking about.
It comes from the Washington Post kind of psych experiment with Joshua Bell, where they set him up where he was playing consecutive nights at Symphony Hall with the Washington Symphony. And Joshua Bell, if you don't know, is like the talk of the classical world. He is the premier violinist, concert violinist. And he took that concert from that evening that he was going to perform with the Washington Symphony and set up in front of a security camera in the subway system and played the entire concert with his case open.
And people blew him off right and left.
They walked right by this very same thing that he had standing ovation with that night. And it's just, it's context is everything, I guess.
Well, and I think, and you guys have always done a great job with all of your songs, your hit songs and everything, to where the songs have multiple layers. You can take it as just a great song with, that you're walking by beauty, but then when you listen deeper, it's got a deeper meaning. Also, much like we were talking earlier on the news with I Made It, which you wrote and tells, some of Marty's story, and you can really visualize the story, as you're talking about driving the car here to Nashville.
It's very personal. Man, that's hopefully that's what you do when you're creating a song, when you're writing a song. You want to, evoke your emotions, and that's the deal, is try to get people to actually be able to buy in and almost put themselves in your shoes, and that's the goal, and that's what he did in his song and several of these others.
With that particular song, I Made It, that's in face value, we've been very successful. You talked about the awards. We've been probably more successful than I would have ever imagined. And with a song like I Made It, the deal is in this journey, we kind of figured out that it was relationships. You and I have been pals for a while.
Yeah.
It's relationships and the people that you meet, and it's your family, and that is actually the true, feeling of success.
Right.
It's not necessarily all the other stuff that I thought I would really identify with.
And we've been really fortunate that way. Everybody in the band, we have good families. We have a good relationship. We got 6 guys that have actually been together for over 30 years. Wow. That's these are the things that really matter.
Right.
And that's what the song really addresses.
And I think you guys portrayed that in the song, to where it takes from your beginning of the journey to the realization that, okay, actually making it is the family and the relationships. And it's just, it takes you through that journey while you're listening to the song.
But we'll take the awards and all the million records sold and all that. That's good too.
So anyway, be sure and check out I Made It, which is their latest album that just released this fall. And we also want to talk about, you've got a CD, DVD
live
combo out.
Yeah, our whole show, what we've done, which we've always been a live. It's kind of been our center of gravity.
You guys
know.
are so good at live.
And we finally did a live record, and we actually went in and sat down and talked for several hours. We condensed it to about an hour-long DVD of basically telling our story and some war stories, you know, out on the road. It's called Diamond Rio Live. All that stuff you can see at diamondrio.com, but it was a fun project, and it actually led to this project because it was the first thing we did on our own record label, and Jimmy in the studio producing and all that kind of stuff, and so we went, you know, we got a bunch of tunes here we haven't actually finished up, and that's how this turned out.
That's amazing. Now, where can viewers find, you know, the album and the CD, DVD set too, Marty?
All diamondrio.com. You can go to iTunes, Amazon, all that. It's there.
Now, we were talking earlier to where you guys are going to be on tour, kicking off in January again also.
Yes, we are in Youngstown, Ohio in January. Not the best place to be in January, but we're going to be there. And then we are, I don't know where we're at. February, we're working all month. But but that's, we're weekend warriors. We pretty much,
and
couple days a week.
In between, you're going to find a little time to golf, and maybe
Absolutely.
Jimmy finds a little time to check guitars out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Sydney, Australia to see my daughter. She works at Hillsong. It's a big, huge church down there.
Yeah,
and
so well known.
My first trip to Sydney, so I'm going there for the New Year's celebration, see the fireworks over the Opera House and all that.
Because you had
stuff.
told me
Not
before.
The Opry House, the Opera House.
Opera House. Well, you know, you told me before that you've been paying for a lot of tickets to Australia, and now it was nice that you actually got to go yourself.
I've never been. Yes, that's a fact.
That's incredible. Well, you know what? I really appreciate you guys coming on. I mean, the new music is so awesome, and what a great live band. You guys are known for your incredible vocals and harmonies, and Jimmy's guitar playing, you know, with the double bender and all the sounds. But this album, I really think you guys knocked it out of the park.
Thank you. I love the cover.
Yeah.
I made it. The little fishy, he's jumping into the bowl.
Although, just a word to the wise, if Marty and Jimmy do sign this for you, it will have to be on the inside because you can't sign on glossy, right?
That's right.
We didn't quite get everything right.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, but you know what? I think 99% right. You know,
That's right.
Who can ask for
Good.
more?
It looks great.
It does. And what's more, it sounds even better. So thanks for Diamond Rio hanging out with me. Be sure and check out their new album. Catch these guys on tour. You don't want to miss them. They're always a great show. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.